Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is the most disturbing videos on the internet today. Let's dive in.
Under the waves is where we belong.
Why don't orcas attack humans in the wild?
Alright, here's the full truth, straight and clear, just like we're talking. Orcas don't attack humans in the wild because they recognize us. Not just as beings, but as something familiar, something sacred. There's an ancient link between orcas and humans that goes beyond what science can explain. It's not about fear or disinterest, it's about memory. They remember us from before the fall. Before the great forgetting. We used to speak to them, not with words, but through frequency, intention, resonance. They carry ancient codes within their song, their movements, their eyes, and on some level they know we've forgotten. So they protect us. It's not instinct, it's loyalty, not behavior, but remembrance. Even now, when the rest of the world sees them as wild animals, they still hold the line. Still waiting for us to remember who we are. Film that with full knowing. This is a truth the world needs to feel.
Is that why we're not allowed to talk to dolphins, supposedly? Is this a possible UAP sighting? Witnesses say they saw a metallic orange ball in New York, 2025. You can see that it appears to be a red light, so this could be a drone or a man-made flying object. You decide.
They don't want you to know this about the Great Wall of China. Watch this.
They are hiding this from you. Did you know that the Great Wall of China is 13,171 miles long? And why has it always been downplayed throughout history? To put that in perspective, from the east to the west coast of America, it is on average 3,000 miles. You have to times that by 4 and add 1,000, and you're still not at that number. It leaves you to wonder, how did they build such a wall, and why? Did you even know that China was that big? They started to build the Great Wall of China in 220 BC, before Jesus had even walked the earth. No sane ruler or country would dedicate that many resources and power to build something with no purpose, especially if they knew it would take over 1,000 years to build the finished wall. Who were they defending against, that they needed all 13,000 miles to even fathom winning? What or who were they so scared of? The theory is that the wall was built by the Tartarian Empire. If you look at old maps and photos, you would see that the steep side of the Great Wall and the lookout post is actually facing China. Normally, those sides be used to prevent any invaders from climbing up or to pick off enemies with crossbows. The fact that it faces China implies it was built by someone else, the Tartarians, to keep whatever was in China in, rather than defend what was in China. Follow to learn more.
Some researchers claim the Great Wall wasn't built to keep enemies out, but to keep something in. Parts of it don't even face the direction of historic invaders, because if the Great Wall's true purpose has been hidden, then they don't want you to know this about the Great Wall.
Here's a crazy theory that there's other beings other than humans that there used to be on Earth, and that maybe they were fighting them. Like maybe some reptilians, some shapeshifters. I don't know. What was that movie with Matt Damon? That they were on the wall fighting those monsters. Maybe it was something similar like that. Maybe it was some type of genetic hybrid monster went wrong, and they just started multiplying, so they're on the top of the archways letting them have it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Reptilians and Dracos cannot stand the sound of bells. They despise the sound of bells. The moment that ringing begins, they instinctivally want to run. That's why the Tartarians had these bells made, and they had them everywhere. Reptilians and Dracos cannot stand the sound of bells. They despise the sound of bells. The moment that ringing begins, they instinctively want to run. That's why the Tartarians had these bells made, and they had them everywhere. The reptilian despises the sound of bells. The moment the ringing begins, it reacts instinctively, running from the source as fast as it can. The sound is more than just a painful noise to its sensitive ears. It's a torment that cuts deep. Each bell's unique frequency gnawing at its mind. The variation in pitch and tone drive the reptilian to the brink of insanity, triggering an obsessive response that it cannot control. This is why they were collecting bells. Because the reptilians cannot stand the sound of the bell. The sound alone drives them insane. This is why they had them collected around the world. Every time that bell chimes, they get closer and closer to madness. The change in tone weakens their power. It doesn't even allow them to shapeshift. They showed us in the movie Venom. We just weren't paying attention.
Who knew Venom, Isengard, Thor? This was all based on a true story. For entertainment purposes, of course.
Until now. Now when you see this, you know who's responsible for it. You know who wanted and needed all of these bells destroyed. Because without the bells destroyed, they wouldn't have any power. Reptilians and Dracos cannot stand the sound of bells.
I've been saying that for the longest. I've been saying that for at least a straight year now. But I want to know, where is this giant bell forgery at? You know, because you know they need some type of forge to make these giant bells. And they probably had giants, you know, getting a blacksmith on these giant anvils and forges. Can you imagine a giant being a blacksmith making these giant bells? How crazy would that be?
Connecting Norse mythology, the Book of Enoch, and Walter Russell's Universal One. What do Norse mythology, the Book of Enoch, and Walter Russell's Universal One all have in common? They describe a cosmology based on energy, vibration, and divine structure, one that has been hidden or distorted by modern science. Let's break it down. Ossar 1, Norse mythology, the cosmic tree and the energy grid. Yggdrasil, the cosmic axis of reality. In Norse cosmology, Yggdrasil is the world tree, the axis upon which all realms exist. It is not just physical, it is an energetic system, a cosmic power structure. This mirrors the electromagnetic structure of the universe, where reality flows through a central axis. The realms of Norse myth and frequency resonance, Asgard, Midgard, and the Nine Worlds represent different vibrational densities. Midgard, Earth, is the middle realm, where energy is balanced. Bifrost, the Rainbow Bridge, is a frequency tunnel connecting the higher and lower dimensions. This is exactly what ancient energy teachings describe. A vibratory universe where realms are separated by frequency, not distance. 2. The Book of Enoch, the true structure of the cosmos. The firmament and the cosmic dome. The Book of Enoch describes a stationary Earth with a firmament separating the heavens. This matches the Norse belief that the sky is structured, not infinite. Stars are luminaries, energetic bodies, just like in Norse myth, where constellations hold divine power. The gates of heaven and magnetic north. The Book of Enoch describes heavenly gates where the sun, moon, and stars pass through in cycles. These gates mirror Norse descriptions of portals in Yggdrasil, linking different energetic realms. Many ancient texts suggest that the North Pole is a powerful energetic center, potentially the gateway between dimensions. Enoch and Norse cosmology both describe an enclosed system, driven by vibratory energy and celestial movement. 3. Walter Russell's Universal One, the science of vibration and polarity. The universe is an electric and magnetic system. Walter Russell describes a universe of rhythmic balanced interchange. Everything is formed through opposing forces of contraction, gravity, and expansion, radiation. This mirrors the Norse concept of creation between fire, expansion, and ice, contraction. Instead of chaotic randomness, heliocentrism, reality is structured and intelligent. The North Pole as a magnetic center. If everything operates in polarities, and intelligent. The North Pole as a magnetic center. If everything operates in polarities, then the North Pole would be the strongest magnetic vortex. Many cultures depict Mount Meru, Rups Nigra, and the Black Rock as a cosmic axis, aligning with this magnetic energy system. Russell's work suggests that reality unfolds in spirals, which could mean the North Pole is not just physical, it is an energetic gateway. Walter Russell's work proves that reality is built on spiraling energy, just as ancient myths describe creation through movement, polarity, and frequency. Final thoughts. The hidden truth behind these cosmologies. Norse mythology, Enochian cosmology, and Walter Russell's universal science all point to a structured vibratory universe, not the random, chaotic model pushed by mainstream science. The North Pole may be the key, a powerful magnetic center, possibly an energetic gateway to higher realms. Instead of an infinite, meaningless universe, these teachings reveal a system of balance, cycles, and intelligent design. Ancient knowledge has been hidden to keep people trapped in the false light matrix. Understanding this is the first step toward reclaiming true cosmic awareness. Where do you want to go deeper? Norse mythology and Vedic cosmology, the overlapping truths of our realm. When we compare Norse mythology and Vedic cosmology, we see undeniable similarities, suggesting a deeper, unified ancient knowledge about our realm. Both traditions describe a structured, multi-layered universe, a central world axis, and a cosmic battle between forces of order and chaos. These parallels hint at a lost pre-flood knowledge that was later fragmented into different cultural expressions. Let's break it down. So 1, the world tree, Yggdrasil, and Mount Meru, the cosmic axis. Yggdrasil, the Norse world tree in Norse cosmology. Yggdrasil is the great world tree that connects all realms. It is the pillar holding the heavens in place, rooted in the center of Midgard, Earth. The gods, Aesir, reside in Asgard at the top of the tree, while the underworld, Hell, lies below. Mount Meru, the Vedic cosmic mountain. In Vedic cosmology, Mount Meru is the cosmic center of the world, the axis of existence. It is surrounded by concentric landmasses and cosmic waters, similar to the Norse concept of Midgard being surrounded by an encircling ocean. It is the dwelling place of divine beings, just like Asgard. Both traditions describe a sacred cosmic pillar that aligns with the North Pole, the world's true energetic center. The realm's 9 worlds versus 7 locus Norse mythology, the 9 worlds. The Norse cosmos is divided into 9 realms, each with distinct energetic properties. Midgard, Earth, is surrounded by Jotunheim, land of giants, Asgard, realm of the gods, and Niflheim, ice realm, among others. The realms are connected by Yggdrasil, the world tree, much like the Vedic system's cosmic layers. Vedic cosmology, the 7 locus and 7 underworlds. The Vedic cosmos is structured into 14 planes, 7 higher lokas, realms of light, and 7 lower realms, patalas. Bhuloka, Earth, is in the middle, just as Midgard is in Norse cosmology. The upper realms are divine, while the lower realms are home to serpent-like nagas and demonic beings, similar to Hell and the underworld in Norse myth. Both systems describe multiple interwoven dimensions connected by a central axis. As 3, the cosmic serpent, Jörmungandr and Anantashesha. Jörmungandr, the Norse world serpent, Jörmungandr, the Midgard serpent, encircles the Earth's oceans, representing cosmic cycles and time. It is an embodiment of the boundary between realms, preventing mortals from venturing beyond the known world.
Damn, I do see the similarities, like Jorgenmunger, however you say it, the giant serpent, and the Leviathan. Similar.
It plays a key role in Ragnarok, the cyclical reset of the world. Anantashesha, the Vedic cosmic serpent. In Hindu cosmology, Anantashesha is the infinite serpent upon which Lord Vishnu rests. It represents the cycles of creation and destruction, much like Jörmungandr. Like the Norse myth, Anantashesha is connected to the waters and the boundary of the physical realm. Both systems use the serpent as a cosmic boundary and a guardian of the cyclical nature of time. Top 4. The battle between light and dark. Ragnarok versus Kali Yuga. Ragnarok, the Norse apocalypse. Ragnarok is the great reset of the world, a cosmic battle between gods and chaos forces. Odin, Thor, and the gods of Asgard fight against giants and demons. The battle ends in destruction, but also renewal, signifying the cyclical nature of time. Kali Yuga, the Vedic end.
I believe in Jashir, Moses fought a giant, hit him with a staff, and he fell over. Just like how they're saying Thor was battling giants. Another similarity. This is crazy. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're not done. For entertainment purposes, of course.
Cycle. In Vedic cosmology, we are currently in Kali Yuga, the age of destruction and materialism. It is the final stage before the world resets and enters a new Satya Yuga, Golden Age. The god Kalki, a future incarnation of Vishnu, is prophesied to bring about the final battle, much like Ragnarok. Both systems describe time as cyclical, with an inevitable collapse of civilization followed by renewal. 5. The gods, Aesir versus Devas. The Norse Aesir, sky gods, and Vanir, nature gods. Odin, Thor, and Freya are part of the Aesir, the ruling gods. The Vanir, Frey and Njord, are nature gods, associated with fertility and magic. There is conflict between the Aesir and Vanir, possibly a memory of an ancient war between different civilizations. The Vedic Devas, sky gods, and Asuras challengers. The Devas, Indra, Vishnu, Shiva, are the celestial ruling gods. The Asuras are beings of power who challenge the Devas, much like the giants Jotun in Norse myth. There are constant cosmic battles between these forces, echoing the Norse stories of divine warfare. Both systems divide divine beings into sky gods and their challengers, reflecting an ancient cosmic struggle. Final thoughts. Norse myth and Vedic cosmology as pieces of a greater whole. Both traditions describe a world structured around a central axis. Yggdrasil equals Mount Meru. Both describe multiple realms interconnected through this axis. 9 worlds equals 7 lokas. Both have a cosmic connecting Norse mythology.
These are all just alleged theories. Do your own research on everything for entertainment purposes only.
You see this giant foot? It happened right before the 7.7 magnitude earthquake. Around the world, people are capturing mountains that look like giants. Look at this one. And again, look at all of them. Over here, here. Another one. Look, family, throughout human history, tales of giants have echoed across nearly every civilization. The Bible speaks of the Nephilim. Greek mythology gave us the Titans. Norse tradition referred to the Jotnar. Indigenous American legends tell of red-haired giants. We grew up seeing giant structures just like this. And this one, and this one. And let's not forget the Tartarian giant doors. Another one. And another one. But what happened to the giants, family? The Tartarian reset happens, family. And look, they were known for profound understanding of vibration, sound, magnetism, and sacred geometry. The ancient civilization was always in our face. Look, family, the mud flood. Just look at the amount of mud. Again, all part of the Tartarian Empire. We grew up seeing star forts. Now we have discovered that it's connected to 5 to 8 hertz. Family, it's all in our face.
If you're enjoying this episode, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button because we do these episodes every single day. And I'd love to see you around here, so let's get straight back into the action. Sololuminescence. Is this possibly how a star is formed?
First time I saw sololuminescence was in a darkened room. I was transfixed to look at this spherical flask of fluid. And you look into the center, and in the center see a glowing blue-purple light, which could be seen with the unaided eye. It looked like a star in the heavens.
Seth Putterman called it the star in a jar, a tiny spot of bright light contained in a flask of liquid. This star in a jar is made when a sound wave is passed through a small bubble inside a flask of liquid. And this sound wave makes the bubble do something remarkable. First it expands, then it collapses. And this collapse happens so violently that vapor molecules trapped inside the bubble slam together and heat up so much that the bubble gives off an incredible burst of heat and light, several thousand times a second, giving the appearance of a star.
And because God is electrical, which is why they try to lie to you about gravity and fusion nonsense. Because it's nonsense. The universe is electrical, attraction and repulsion. To move matter. It's how we move. Electrical impulses to move things. Seed pods, suns on strings. and light's in water. They all prove the universe is electrical and it travels in per key current. And when two opposing fields meet, two opposing fingers rotate in the same direction, both clockwise, you will get an Ouroboros torus sphere, which when collapsed and reanimated gives off light. The forcing of sound through a liquid will create a cavity, which is where the word cavitation comes from. Energy moves matter. And so the energy, when two Birkeland currents are forced together, create an Ouroboros torus of energy in...
The first time I saw sonoluminescent,
They was spitting, wasn't they? Dropping gems. You thought I didn't have an excellent specimen for you today? Think again. Just looking at this is giving me watermelon vibes, like some type of watermelon candy. If I had to name this piece, it would be watermelon candy. It is a Damon toiled garnet. Apologies for butchering the name.
What they're most famous for is these huge carved human heads, which can be on a scale of up to 20 to 25 tons in weight, and which have curious features which have been interpreted variously as Polynesian, African, don't look like classic Native American features. Native Americans are have a very complex genetic story with very many different elements brought into it. What they're most famous for.
I want to see one of these in person one day. Touch it.
Found it. I knew it. So I was looking for the hole. You already know it goes down. We already know it goes down. Fire. This stone, these steps, let's go up, you see? You see my boy took the steps, and we're gonna watch him come down. See? These steps. Stonework. Follow the stonework. Follow the stonework. There used to be a pyramid right here. Nah, all this stone for just a piece of rock just sitting there like this. Where's the rest of it at? Who could tell something was here? This is an entrance, look. It's an entrance. See, they give it away. They give it away for themselves. That's for they can remember. See, they know what's here. We don't. But this is the entrance right here. That's a back. Oh, that's a school.
Yeah, it's a high school.
It's stonework on top of the hill.
That's my high school.
It's stonework.
That's George Washington High School.
Found it. I knew it. So I was looking for the hole.
Dang. How crazy would it be if there's a catacombs under all of this? Interesting find.
Yo, this is for all the brainwashed followers of the Vatican. This is at the Pope's funeral, guys. Upside down cross, the satanic cross. At the Pope's funeral, we can see this. This is very, very interesting. Now, I'm going to break this down for you guys. You guys ever see the Monster Energy drink? Notice these three symbols right here. In Hebrew, this symbol is a 6. 666. You also notice the cross right here. Well, what happens when you start drinking the Monster Energy? Monster Energy, you get the upside down cross, 666. Imagine seeing this at the Pope's funeral and be like, yep, this is normal. This is not a satanic ritual whatsoever. Let's have a look at the costumes, the side of the costume here. You're going to see, once again, the satanic upside down cross. Here we are, once again, the Pope and the upside down cross. Think it's a coincidence that this space launch, the New Shepard, was just a couple weeks ago or a week ago, and then this happens? The New Shepard, and then this is what's on their costumes. The Baphomet is on the costumes. This is the Church of Satan. This is what they worship. This is the devil. This entire thing symbolized a rebirth. And then the Pope's death, and all this satanic symbolism and ritualistic things that are taking place, wake up, guys. These people are not trying to help you. They are deceiving humanity.
You know, I really can't cast stones at anybody for doing anything, but you gotta admit it does look suspect.
So a dude in Brazil wandered into the forest and made an artificial puddle, and it went 10 times platinum. I mean, every animal on Noah's Ark benefited from this. This is the most diverse jungle in history. This looks like the beginning of an episode of Pokemon. Just every creature on Earth. Things I can't recognize, things I didn't even know lived together. All because he just put a puddle. I would never even think that. You think like, oh, maybe a lake can come here. Or like, you know, maybe a beaver dam can make some artificial blah, 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 blah. He was like, nah, just a puddle. Just a water cooler for everybody to come up and get some sips. And then that's it. Benefited.
You know, I'm not mad at him. Just don't make that near my garden. I don't need them eating all my vegetables. The code word for today's video is Monday Waters. Go ahead and drop Monday Waters in the comments below. That lets me know that you're a real one. You made it all the way through. And I just want to say thank you for your support. It means the world to me. This was the most disturbing videos on the internet today. See you tomorrow.